Okay. Now, if they said the following transactions occur, they say the estate agent sends you a pro forma invoice in respect of the commission payable. We're just receiving the invoice. You receive the payment of the agreed. Remember, here we're just receiving the invoice. So there's nothing that we can do at the moment, okay? It's just that we must know that we are obliged to go and pay that. Are you with me?
Yes.
So, but number 2, they say you receive a payment of the agreed deposit from the purchase. So this one, because it's a real transaction, so we need to go and record. If I may ask, which accounts will I go and affect? The deposit is 200,000.
A TCB.
Yes, under which side?
Debit.
Thank you. I'm gonna write because okay, I can just say what?
$2 million.
200,000. The deposit is only 200,000.
Oh, 200,000.
2 million is the whole price of the house, of the property. Okay. And I must transfer to the purchaser trusts on the credit side. I just say what?
TCB deposit.
Sorry, I'm used to writing full. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget. 200,000. Perfect, ne? You're good so far?
Yes.
Okay. No problem. This one is covered. On the 3rd, you also receive a written instruction from Mr. Purchaser to invest the deposit in a separate trust account for his benefit and pending the registration of the transfer. So you received an instruction. You can't do anything. Number 4 is then that you are investing that amount. With which bank? Blue Bank. Can you see now?
Yes.
Are you still with me? So yes. It means I must go and take that amount out to the investments. Obviously, I must come here because I'm taking the amount out of the trust cash book. Can you see now? So now we need to ask ourselves, so we're investing here. So what do you think I need to write here? Can I write it as section 86 for investment? Do you understand? When I say 86.4, why do I say 86.4?
Investing
it's because
for...
the client instructed us.
Yes.
The client instructed us, so I'm just going to say section 86, subsection 4, ne?
Yes.
Investment. And then how much must I invest? Invests 200,000, okay?
Yes.
And obviously I need to go and I can even write this so that, because sometimes we invest with too many banks, ne? So this one is what? Is Blue Bank, ne?
Yes.
So that it can be differentiated from the other banks.
So now we
and
must
I must go and open this account, ne?
Yes.
Let me just go there and put it there. Yeah, let me just put it here. No, let me just put it here. Okay, obviously I invested. I'm gonna come to there. Trust Bank, Trust Cash Book, and then the investment was how much? Was 200,000. Are you okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, that was the investment. On the 5th, Mr. Seller signs the transfer document at our office and you provide Mr. Seller with a copy of the clearance. Thank you very much for the information. And you receive a payment from Mr. Seller in the amount of 24,000. How can I approach this one? From
Receive
Mr. Seller.
payment in business bank.
No, this is the seller's money. It's the seller's money. So remember, here we've got two clients. So this money for now, we're not taking anything. You're not entitled to anything now. Because you are receiving money from the seller, you must go and put it with the monies from the clients. Are you with me?
Trust.
Trust. I'm going to come here. That's what I'm saying. Under correspondence, you normally have two clients.
Yeah.
You're going to have money for, yeah. So I'm going to come here and then just write seller trust. Eh? And that money is how much? It's 24, eh? 24,000.
24,000.
Yes, and I must also go to the seller and say trusts cash book. So please make sure that it makes sense. So any money that you receive from the clients, it must first go to what? To where we keep the client's money, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Unless if they were specifically for the fees in cash, yes, we will go to our own business bank account. Let me know if it makes sense.
Yes, it does.
No problem. Number 7, Mr. Purchaser signs the documents at your office and you provide them with the pro forma statement. You receive a payment from Mr. Purchaser of the full transfer cost. In other words, this money comes from Mr. Purchaser, our client. So where are we going to put that amount in full? The full transfer.
So transfer fees plus transfer duties goes in the trust bank account.
This one. Yes, you are talking about this tune, eh?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. This one, 433. Okay, let me go there. You said trust bank account. Sorry. We're receiving that. For the purchase, eh?
Yes.
Transfer costs. You can, but because you understand, you can just give me as a total. But in the exam, if you are writing, for example, just put them in brackets, ne, to show them the calculations.
Okay.
Yes, but you can give me a sum of those two transfer costs.
84980.
84980. Thank you so much. And you must not forget to go to the trusts under the credit side. Yeah. And you just say trusts. Eight nine.
980. 84980.
8498. Thank you so much for that. We good?
Yes.
No problem. So far, so good. Okay, let's go back. They say you receive a further payment from the seller and the amount was 5 million, with the instruction to retain this amount in your trust account pending his further instruction. So the seller is giving us money. For what reason, it doesn't matter now, but how will I approach this?
So this money will go in the trust cash book.
Trust cash book. Thank you so much for that. But it belongs to the seller, ne?
Yeah, you can just put Mr. Seller or seller.
And then let me just say further payment, ne?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm just showing off, ne? And how much is gonna be?
5 million.
5 million, eh? Yes. And I'm gonna go to the seller because it belongs to the seller. And I'm just gonna say trust cash book. Again, just further.
Payment.
Any question?
So we're not investing this amount. It's just instructions to keep that amount in the trust account. It's not
Yes,
anything to do
unless
with
if they want us to invest, they will tell us. But if they don't tell
Oh,
us, there's nothing we can do.
leave it.
Maybe this
Okay.
guy he wants us to keep the money on his behalf because he doesn't want to use it, you know? Who knows?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, can you see? Because we realized that this guy, man, because he didn't think he was supposed to invest this money for himself. Can you see now? So we,
Yeah.
as the attorneys, we to invest 3.5 million of the trust available. Can you see now? We invested with what? Green Bank. So here we decided to invest. So this is another investment, which is investment subsection 3. Remember the subsection 3?
Yes.
Where we decide as the attorneys, we decide to invest on behalf. Can you see now? We just see the money lying around. We say, man, let's go and invest because we know the advantage, of investing. So we're gonna call it subsection 3. Ne? Investment. I think this one was from Green.
Green Bank.
Green Bank. No, same procedure. I'm gonna take the money first out there. We take it out there. Ne? So let me go back here. This one, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go and show that I took money from the trust cash book. I must come to the credit side because I'm taking it out. I'm gonna invest. But in this case, I'm investing 3.5 million. Are you with me?
Yes.
And then I must go and open that investment. I'll come here and say trust cash book. And I invested 3.5 million. Any question?
Nothing.
Nothing so far. I like that. So we have done this one. Yes, this one. Now, you pay the clearance figures to the municipality and obtain the raised clearance certificate. Remember, who is responsible for the clearance certificate for the rates?
Seller.
The seller. So we must go and affect the seller directly there.
Yes.
So we must go because the seller is responsible. And remember, the seller is not like our real client in a way. Our real client is the purchaser, the one who is our real one, okay?
Yes.
So I'm going to go to the seller there and pay. But first, we must come to the seller here.
Trust.
Whatever is on the credit side, it means the seller has got this amount of money. So now we must come here. And you said I must say trust, ne? Trust, cash book, ne?
Yes.
And I can just say rates, just to give you a little bit of spice. How much is it? 24, ne?
24,000.
Yes. But remember, this is just the seller's account. For us to go and check the real cash, we must go and transfer to the trust cash book. And which side?
Credit.
Credit side. And I'm just going to say seller, trust, just rates. And then we say 24,000. Are you okay?
Yes.
Perfecto. that was this. No problem. You pay the transfer duties to SARS and obtain the transfer duty receipts. These are like some of the disbursements that we have. So where will I pay this from?
Business.
Business, I like that. Business, so, but let's just go and pay first from the business here. We just record here and we say we are paying here. Obviously, the purchaser is responsible for that.
Okay.
Okay. No, business, sorry. Let me just write, it was for the transfer duty, ne?
Yes.
How much?
41,625.
Yes. 625. Thank you so much. And then I'm gonna go to the business there, and I'll come here and say business.
BCD.
Yes, cash book. And then just say transfer duty, which is 41625, ne?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like that. Are you doing this for the first time, the module for the first time?
No.
No, but it doesn't seem like it does. No, you can. No. You understand. Okay, maybe you are a fast learner. I don't know. No, it's okay. I'm happy. I'm just happy. Okay. 13. You receive a guarantee from Red Bank in respect of the amount of the loan. What must
guarantee? The 1.8 million.
The 1.8 million. So you are receiving.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, sometimes receiving a guarantee is just a guarantee. It's not money, ne?
Oh, okay.
So
it's information.
But we know that at a later stage, obviously, by the time when we register the whole thing, is then that we are going to automatically get that money. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I think the way they said you receive, I think maybe they should have said you received cash instantly. But because I don't have enough information, I'm just gonna wait. If they don't say anything, I can only record that amount at the end of the period when I successfully transfer. But it's okay. But I know for sure I'm gonna have to use it at the end. Okay.
Okay.
You submit the transfer documents, no problem. Transfer is successfully registered. It's then that I'll say, because immediately when it's successfully registered, it means this guarantee went through. Can you see now? But I think the way they phrase this question can be a little bit confusing for the students. Because sometimes we have to wait until they say, now the bank is giving you that amount that has been guaranteed. But now is then that I can receive this guarantee. Are you with me? But the question is, when I receive this guarantee, where must I record it? The guarantee was how much? 1.8 million. Eh?
Yes.
1.8 million. So it means this money belongs to the purchaser. Can you see now?
Yes.
So that guarantee, obviously, is like now we are putting money. I can just come here. We receive it here. But this money belongs to the purchaser trust. You can just write loan. Can you see now?
Yes.
And then the loan was 1.8 million. I think you still remember where we got it from, ne? 1.8 million.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And then now we must transfer it to the purchaser trust on the credit side, ne? You say trust. Yes, because this loan, obviously, it is his own money. That's why we put it in his trust. But when it comes to the paying back of the loan, it's not our problem. Ne? It's the purchaser's problem with his own bank.
Yes.
Yes. Don't know if you're still okay or not.
I'm okay.
Yes. So thereafter, remember, now we got that loan. And the transfer is successfully registered. That's why we're doing this. We will call up all the investment. In other words, we get our investments back. And in the process, we also got the interests. Okay.
Yes.
And we also had to pay the beneficiaries. No problem.
And
Now
this,
what we do, yes.
and a
What
state
we need to
agent.
do is the agents. But what we need to do, let's deal with one thing at a time. Let's call up both investments, ne? Meaning they're maturing.
Okay.
Ne? Let's go to the investment. We close them up. So for us to close up this investment, it means we must come on this side. It means the money will be received into the
TCB.
yes, which is how much? 200,000.
200,000.
Okay. The same applies to this one. Are you okay?
Yes.
So we must take them to the trust cash book, obviously on the opposite side. I can say the other one comes from blue, ne?
Yes.
The other one comes from green. So I'm just gonna do this. The blue one, I got back my 200,000. And the green one, which was subsection 3,
3.5 million.
3.5 million. Okay, so we just called up those investments, but we also received the interest, and we know that interests, we have got 2 interest accounts that I must open for 2 separate sections. Okay, so I'm gonna have this one. We paid to the legal practitioner.
Put the interest in the Section 86 investment accounts.
Yes, remember I've got 2 interests which I need to account for,
Yes.
and both interests, one of the interests, the whole amount goes to the fund, but the other one goes to LPFF, ne?
Yes.
Section 86, subsection 4 first. I'm going to deal with them like this. I don't want to combine them. Okay. So, firstly, I got the interest here. How much is the interest? I'll put it here because interest is owed to LP.
4,000.
That interest, 4,000. I'm going to put it here as 4,000. And then this interest must also be paid, remember?
Out of the business.
Trust. No, from the trust. Remember, the money belongs to the trust.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
in the trust cash book, ne?
Yes.
Cash book. And then we have to pay how much? 4,000, ne?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not 4,000.
It's the capital.
Only 5. No, the 5% only. 4,000 times. Remember, 5% goes to the LP and the rest goes to the client under this section.
Oh, yes.
So this one is the one that, find the 5% for me there.
200.
It's the 200, ne?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm gonna take 200 to the credit side then. Yeah.
Yes.
Not here, up there. The other one is subsection 3. This one.
Subsection 3.
Yes. But because we're still here on this one of the subsection 4, remember
Yes.
the remainder must go to, we must also remember the remainder, the 95% goes to the client. Because
Okay.
5% goes to this fund, 95% goes to the client, meaning it must come here.
Seller.
Where's the client here? The purchaser. Remember we took money that, yeah.
In trust.
No, let's see first. Let's see. Yeah. We must come here and say, is it section
86.4.
Okay. Just hold for a moment. I want to check something here. It's 95%.
Yes.
Sorry, just one moment. Just gonna write interest. How much? Once again?
4,000, but we minused the 200, so you make it 3,800.
Perfect. Okay. That's the interest. Or it can be, by being specific, you can just put the whole thing, section
86 for 95%
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah, but I think you understand.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. Just make it a bit. That was the interest, and then we've got another one here, the interest there. And how much was it? The other one, the 17,000 something?
17,500.
17,500. The whole amount goes to this fund. Okay. So there's no, you cannot apportion it between the two. So you just said the whole amount goes to these funds. Okay. And you must pay it directly from the trust cash book. I'm gonna do this and pay it directly there. Okay, so far.
Yes.
Someone can ask and say, why are we not paying the interest? Because they said we must pay them. Why are you not paying the interest for the purchaser? No, the interest for the purchaser will be paid with everything that belongs to the purchaser thereafter.
Okay.
So you don't have to come and put here. You only have to come directly here. And when we come and pay the interest, this interest will be part of the other amounts that I must pay the purchaser if I had to pay purchaser anything.
Okay.
No problem. That was that. We did this one. We did this one. We paid the interests. And they say on instruction, you only have to pay the seller the proceeds from the sale of his what? Immovable
Property.
property. So obviously, when we pay the seller, we must pay the seller everything. Ne? But if you can check for our exercise, I understand the reason why, because remember the seller just gave us 5 million for no reason.
Yeah.
The seller was not supposed to give us anything because he's the one
Yeah.
who's selling the property. So he gave us extra money for us to keep for him. So he said, no, man, instead of paying me whatever belongs to me, only pay me the sale of what? Of the property only.
Proceeds of the sale. Mm.
The proceeds. So meaning when I pay, obviously, I must remember this is the debit. Can you see now? So we are paying out of what? For you to make it simpler, I prefer if you start paying from the cash book there. Because can you see it will make sense? Because when you pay, you must come to the credit side. Ne?
Yes.
So you can come here and say, okay, I'm paying the seller trust. Can you see now? But
Yes.
I'm only paying only the proceeds according to the seller, according to the agreement. So how much are the proceeds? The selling price of the house was only 2 million. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes. So now we go and say, we go to the seller trusts on the debit to show that we don't owe him that anymore. We come here and say, we took out trust cash book for the proceeds. So meaning the 2 million has been paid, so that in future the seller cannot come back to us and say, where's my 2 million? Oh, we paid you 2 million. We only owe you the difference. Are you with me?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Usually we pay whatever is on there. The difference for the whole account was supposed to be paid. Usually. But here, special instruction, only pay me 2 million. I paid you 2 million only.
Okay.
No problem. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No. So, with the information there, we finish, but we have to wind up these books. We must make sure that we balance them properly, the same way we balance other books. Okay.
Okay.
Now, but if I go and check here, all the amounts have been recorded, except, can you see the importance of highlighting?
Yes.
Except this one. This one has been, except what? This special one, this one.
Transfer fee.
As the name suggests, this is our transfer fees. This is the fee that we charged. So we must go and charge the fee. Can you see now?
Yes.
So the transfer fees are our fees as an attorney. So we must go and charge, and you and I know where to charge the fees. Under which account do we charge the fee?
BCB.
Not BCB, to the trust ledger, but next to the business. Remember, there is when we go and pay ourselves. Don't worry. So here, that is the fee. It's not a cost. It's not a disbursement. It's like I performed. Now I want my fee. It's like I'm charging you for my service.
Okay.
Transfer fees. We charge you the fee because we transferred your property. So the fees are charged like any other fees. It doesn't matter whether it's a collection fee. It doesn't matter whether it's a summons fee. It doesn't matter. Fees are treated the same. Are you with me?
Yes.
And we always charge the fees under the business. So we must come here. The same procedure. I'll write. What do you think I'll write? Because I'm charging the fee.
BCB.
I'll write fee and VAT. Yes. And that they did tell us about the amount. They said it's including VAT already. Can you see they even told us that it's including
Yes.
VAT?
Yes.
43355. So I don't have to worry about calculating VAT here. Only after I'm going to say 433. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now I must calculate VAT and fee separately so that I can know how much must I transfer to the fee. So now I must open the fee account. So how do you normally calculate VAT on the amount that is including VAT? Okay. So let's calculate VAT on this amount. How are you going to calculate the VAT on this amount of 43?
Times 115 over 100.
No, it means you are
Right?
including VAT. You're
Okay,
going to
so
include
then
VAT. So it doesn't matter whether you find the fee or the VAT first. Ne? Which one do you, okay, firstly, which one do you prefer to find first, fee or the VAT?
okay, so if it was me in the exam, I'll say the 43355 times 15 over 100, then the VAT amount is 6503.25.
Okay, now.
And then I'll minus it.
No, okay, let's talk about the VAT. Ne? Because
Okay.
VAT is included already, write it down for future. Ne? If the VAT is included already, use 15 over 115.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, so meaning here you can only use 15 over 115, unless if the amount was excluding VAT, you would be correct by saying 15 over 100.
Okay. So then you take 43355, then you multiply it by 15 over 115, and you get 5655 for VAT.
5655. Okay,
Yes.
so meaning you said 5655, ne?
What
So
account is
how?
this?
No, I'm just showing you. Okay, I wanted to show the calculation. Eh? So, but it's okay. As long as you, let me not confuse it. Let me leave the calculation here. As long as you know how to calculate. Ne? What did I do here? I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me leave it like this. I don't know. The system is doing something else. So this amount does not exist. I don't know where does it come from. But you understand this one. I'm trying to erase it. It doesn't, but it's okay. I'll come back to it. So okay, VAT. Out of that VAT, obviously the VAT must come in. Eh?
Yes.
It's gonna be purchase a business because it comes from there. You said how much is 5? You said come again?
It's 5655.
Like this, ne?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, I will need to have the fee without VAT. I must do the same for fee. Yeah? Obviously, I'm gonna take that original amount and minus VAT. The original
Yeah.
amount was how much? Was 43, ne?
Minus 5655 gives you 37,700.
Like this, ne?
Yes.
37,700. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So if you add them together, they must always take you back to that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was just the system, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Is it really making sense?
Yes, it is.
Okay, no problem. So far so good. So far so good. So far so good. So we just did that. Okay. Now we need to do the transfer, and the transfer can only take place, remember here, between the business and
Trust.
the trust. So we need to check how much we have in our business. That will be the money that is owed to us. So please add for us so that we can know how much.
41625 plus 43355 is equal to 84980.
84980. 84980.
Yes.
And then this is the amount that I need to transfer. Okay. But before I can transfer, remember we need to go and check the availability there. I think we have. Can you see everything is on the crate here? So it means this is more than enough to do that transfer. You understand what I mean? Because this is what we
This
have
is
in the
the
trust.
purchaser trust ledger.
Come again?
This
Trust,
is
eh?
the purchaser trust ledger.
Yeah, so this is the where we must transfer from. We're asking ourselves, the amount that you just gave me of 89, can we minus it from this? Yes, because we've got 200,000. If you can add for now. Just if you add everything, I think it's enough to.
Sorry, sir, I don't have that. I don't have that. I think I wrote it incorrectly. Can you please go to the. Why did I write seller deposit? TCB seller deposit 24,000. I made a mistake somewhere. Can I just see all the books of account again? Let me see the TCB.
Hello, sorry man, I had a technical glitch. Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just off.
So I wanted
Yeah.
to check the accounts. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Could I please see the TCB? Because I have under the purchaser trust ledger, I have TCB seller deposit and loan guarantee, stuff like that.
Okay, let's see. Let me just. Oh, let me see. Let me know when you see the.
Okay, I can see
Is it
it.
visible now?
Yeah, it's visible. You can just show me the TCB. Okay,
Yeah.
I have that. 2484 500. Yes, that looks right. Okay, and now go to this BCB only had one thing. Transfer duty 41625. Yes, purchaser trust had. Why did I put transfer duty on the debit side?
Which one?
I think
Of the
your there's a glitch on your system because if you put the purchaser business ledger on the BCB, then it must go in the purchaser business
must
ledger.
come to this. It must come here.
Okay. Okay, I wrote it wrong then. BCB. Okay. BCB transfer duty. Okay, I think it's right now. Yes, I think it's right now. And then go to the BCB. Sorry, the buyer's trust, the purchaser's trust ledger.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
Let me nice sound much. I will just change the supply. Maybe that's the service provider for my
Okay.
fiber. I don't know if this way is doing that. So let me do this. Okay, it will come now. Let me know.